I'm Azure Silver and welcome back to my channel. I am doing something a little different today. You see, I've displayed the finished products of my art many times before. I've done time-lapse of various characters showing how I make the different dynamics of art that I do. What I haven't done that I think I should do, something I think that is very explicitly important, is try to detail an explanation as to how I create original art. Kind of. It's a bit of a 50-50. In any case, if you've watched my showing off my art stuff, then you know I've created original skins for Brawl Stars characters before, specifically that of skins for people of my friends who play Brawl Stars. I've done one for Parker, I've done one for Austin, I've done one for Isaac. Now, what I'm going to try and focus on is doing one for Byron, as the name suggests. Now, Byron doesn't play Brawl Stars, but Byron is a character in Brawl Stars, and because the names sound so similar, I've decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly get myself set up here. This is my light board. I use it constantly for tracing things. I've actually got my layout of Byron's, as you can see. I just finished doing Overlord, but I also have True Gold, True Silver, the Wizard, and Default Byron. Now I'll be tracing off Default Byron because Default Byron is the status quo, the original. Of course, doing Byron will make drawing number 1026, now that that's important information. So, this is how I always do it. This is how I always start off. To ensure that all the proportions are the same and everything, I usually trace it. The question is now, let me just quickly check. Yep, okay. The question is now, how do I turn this into Byron? The way I typically go about this, to keep me grounded for starters, not that it's a requirement, but to ensure that things go smoothly and to make sure my imagination just doesn't take me into bizarre places, I usually have a baseline. And my baseline is the idea that if I were to create this skin, it would be a skin that you would legitimately see in Brawl Stars. Something that the team from Supercell that are dedicated to Brawl Stars would make. And that's my baseline. Thus, I limit my imagination. The other part of my imagination that I gotta limit is relating this to the person, keeping it true to the source material. Now, when making a friend as a Brawl Stars character, I don't alter the Brawl Star themselves. This would still be Byron. Leon would still be Leon. Piper would still be Piper. Shelly would still be Shelly. But they have qualities of my friends that make them identical, that make them a skin of it. So, how am I gonna take this, I think middle-aged, I'm not sure, middle-aged white man and turn him into my good friend Byron? Well, I typically start with the head. The head is a very good baseline to use to begin with. Now, I also usually come into these with visions of how I want them to look. This one I have not put enough time into to know. What we're gonna start off with, though, is the eyes. You see, Byron doesn't wear a lot of glasses. So, I don't think I actually need to equip him with any, and thus, he's going to remain with regular eyes. So we got that, which is like a very minor baseline. It's not going to help us too much. We need more from that. Next, I will draw the nose. Again, very basic stuff. Making slight alterations as we speak. Next, I'll focus on the eyebrows. I'm working from simple features that will slowly build into Byron. I'm not like outlining the head first, because that would be a bad way to do it. I think that'll do for now. And then the mouth. The mouth I don't usually change. So now we got this, and I might change the eyebrows. Everything I draw is usually subject to change. Of course, everything only becomes final when I move to the next phase, which is drawing with Sharpie. So, where do we go from here? Well, obviously Byron, well, not that you guys would know, but Byron, he has a beard, but it's not as explicit as this one. So we can actually have some leeway with how we depict this, because Byron's head is already going to be different from that of Brawl Stars Byron. So I'm just going to draw a very loose adaptation of the head shape that'll now have some obvious configurations to it. Because frankly, this does not look like Byron. This looks like a sad adaptation of Byron. He also looks like a very pissed off Byron, which is not something I've actually encountered before. Now, I'm actually thinking about it now, going to erase this, because in realizing that he doesn't have a lot of facial hair, it does provide some complications. But the point of it being Byron is to work with the means that we already have. So maybe I'll focus on that last. Next thing I'll focus on is the ears. Obviously just regular ears. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Now the hair will shape the head as well. Byron's hair tries to be slicked back, but it's not usually slicked back. It's kind of a mess, really. But if we bring the hair up here, and then have a cutoff point up here, so that it is as it was before. Then we'll have a curl down here to show like the rough, then we'll have a curl down there to show the rough of it all. And get like a very mild outline. Well, that looks a little bit better, but still not great. So obviously there's something I'm doing wrong here. Maybe once I add the beard-ish part of it, it'll change things. It's very hard to take a realistic person and turn it into something like that. When I was doing Isaac as Piper, I ran into the constant problem of making him almost like Buster. Must me. But I also ran into the constant issue of making him seem too much like a grandmother in that regard. Shelly, I didn't change much of anything about the look of him, aside from really the hair, the skin tone, the clothes. I didn't change the actual facial structure. I think what's throwing me off about this is that although it looks like Byron, it's a very loose look for game Byron and not realistic Byron. And finding a middle ground between two very distinctly different entities is going to be complex. But I have a feeling we can pull it off. I need to look at this personally really quickly, because we have a good foundation. I could even make the sides longer. Typically he's known for having shorter hair, but I can make the sides longer if I need to. What I need to do now, I definitely kind of want to express the fact that the hair is going out. But it's once we get to the top, you know, I can't just stop making it messy once we get to the top. I could try something like that, but that also looks a little goofy. But then again, the spikes would look even worse. Maybe if we have some little pieces of hair that are jutting out. I think there's detail that can be put into this that I don't think is being fully articulated as we speak. You can see the pencil markings, right? Yes, you can. Oh, good. Because his hair is very unpatterned. It's not necessarily untamed, but it's certainly not, you know, just... Oh, that looks even worse. Okay. This is going to take some crafting. Maybe we'll come back to that. Obviously, you know, maybe once we get a layout for how the thing is really gonna look, we'll have a better understanding of how the hair should go. I could also sway the hair. I could make it one of his more cleaner looks too. But I feel like that might be what we have to do. But for now, let's not. So I'm gonna focus on the beard next, because although I said he doesn't really have a beard, he does still have scruff. So maybe if it's more of a... The problem with this kind of style is that having a beard, it's not really one way or the other, you know? You're kind of stuck with that because it really is. It's just difficult. It truly is. And I also haven't seen a lot of Byron with a beard because the main time of which he had a beard was during COVID. And also when I see him is relatively inconsistent, so. How does that look for us? It actually doesn't look too terrible. I mean, it doesn't really resemble Byron by nature. I also don't remember if he has a mustache. It's not the most like Byron, but I'm starting to see the resemblance. Not that most people here can be a critique of what looks like my friend Byron. You kind of just have to take my word for it. This might be as close as we get. Aside from the hair, I think that's as close as we get facially. I mean, I might be able to turn it to a bit of more of a smile, because Byron is not usually that frustrating. It's just like a very mild smile. Yeah. I don't know. The face is a little rough for me. But now, why don't we focus on the attacker? Byron, he specified to me that his favorite colors are red and black, kind of like Overlord Byron. What am I going to give him? He also wears a blue jacket a lot. That is something I've come to know from him. But I haven't seen enough of Byron outside of school to really depict him in anything other than school clothes is the problem. So, how do we fix this? I might work on the staff. The staff needs to be some source of inspiration, something Byron finds funny. Maybe, Would it be too outlandish if I went for, I have an idea. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I have an idea. And it might be an outwardly bizarre one, especially because the Greek god skins just came out. In Brawl Stars. It also heavily resembles Zeus. If we give him a lightning bolt-esque figure sitting on top of that, loosely somehow to some degree, does that look too ridiculous? It's a lightning bolt resembling the Flash. Of course, it doesn't really look like a lightning bolt. I could do more with that. But it's a YouTube logo because of Byron's, first off, his entertainment by things like Madvocate, which, again, is where the Flash comes into play. Fuck me. But also, subsequently, that still doesn't resemble a lightning bolt. But it also resembles his time on YouTube being that of a member of the Salty People. Actually, that is a good idea. That is a very good idea. I had another idea. Not for up here, for at the bottom of the staff. Only problem is now the YouTube logo looks too unceremoniously placed. So maybe the lightning bolt isn't the entire staff itself. Maybe the lightning bolt is just a portion of the staff, which would help more with what we're trying to do. So maybe, what can I put behind? Because I want down here, I had the idea of a... I had the idea of a salt shaker down here. And that's what that's gonna be. So we got a YouTube logo, we got a lightning bolt, and we got a salt shaker. We just need something to connect it. Now it could be wood. I'm wondering if I just want to keep it that simple because it's already very busy. I'm thinking that might be what we do. Unless... I mean, that does by itself look like a really cool staff. I would personally want it. I don't know how much Byron's gonna like it, but, you know, I never really tell my friends about the skins before I show them to them. Also, I think I messed up the lining just a little bit. Nope, I think I got it. Okay. So we got the staff and we got a rough adaptation of the head. Next thing we're gonna work on, well, actually, I'm gonna draw the other hand really quickly because the other hand is just a plain and simple adaptation like that. Seeing as how Byron does not wear rings. So what do we draw him in? I'm thinking... I have a weird idea. I don't know why it's an idea that I have, but it's a very weird idea. Kind of takes inspiration from both the thing he made me draw him in, the attire he made me draw him in, when I was just drawing him as a regular person, but also takes concepts that he's established for me, and just combining it with my own imagination once again, and that is to kind of style him up with a scarf. Like a red and black scarf of some sort. I don't know, I feel like that kind of fits this look for Byron. And man, we're really he looks kind of like a douchebag. He looks like a drug dealer from from a dark alley somewhere. I think I'm just gonna give him a regular belt. I think that's fair. Because frankly, he is still human, so why not? So you can kind of see my process. I like pick parts of it and I work on that, and that kind of builds the more complicated set pieces that we don't usually have an entrance to immediately. And he's not going to be wearing boots, so I'll make his pants a little longer too. Because honestly, it's hard for me to picture a version of Byron with boots on. If that's, you know, weird. So now I'll just have regular shoes. So I don't think that's a huge problem. Yeah, so far it doesn't seem to, I mean, the shoes don't look the greatest in the world. I'm not going to deny that. Unless, actually, we can probably fix this. We can probably, there's a very simple solution that I employ sometimes to fix the moments where shoes look weird. And that's simply just to do that, and then this is just sock. So, yeah. Alright, I just use socks, and that kind of fixes the issues. Look at that. Looks so much better already. Alright. Now for the shirt. What I want to give Byron as a shirt. Part of me for some reason has this inclination to give him like a neat button-up black shirt for some reason. And I have no idea why. I feel like I'm pulling from a different source that I'm not entirely sure about. So what can I do? What can I do? Again, I don't know a lot of what Byron wears outside of... I mean, I know it's just regular clothes, but when I was drawing Parker, it was simple because Parker wears the same thing everywhere, or like the same kind of idea everywhere. Austin, again, very simple. Isaac was a little bit more on the complicated side, but I had a lot of inspirations to pull from both his gaming life, the types of colors he likes, that kind of thing. And from there I kind of drew it. All I have to go on for Byron is the fact that he wears a blue jacket, which goes against what he told me about his favorite colors being red and black. I don't think I can fit in the blue jacket in a way that works with his red and black attire. I just don't. But I don't want to make Byron look evil, because Byron, if there's any one person that I know is absolutely harmless, it's Byron. Oh boy, this is a bit of a tall task. So what can I... He does usually wear at least some kind of sweater open with a t-shirt, I think. I think that's his go-to. Because he usually wears layers. That's Byron's thing. So maybe what I'll do... I've already got this scarf. What I'll do maybe... I'll provide him a jacket. And that'll overlap that. And go on top of that. The scarf is the first layer that is very present. The jacket will be the second layer that is very present. And the jacket needs to be translated out here as seen like that. Do I want to give him a design on the jacket? Probably. He doesn't seem like a big design guy, frankly, and I'm already giving like a big outlandish design to this scarf, so I don't know if I will. What I'll do for the shirt, I will provide him a wait. I don't know how much this actually resembles Byron. I feel like now with the beard it looks worse than it did without the beard. But I think also just naturally Brawl Stars Byron has like a very sinister face to him that completely goes against the regular Byron. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe now that we've kind of focused on that, I will return to the beard. Because maybe the beard is what's throwing off entirely. It makes him look too sinister. It makes him look too evil. So we need a different sort of attack plan with that. I could bring his face down. Actually, that looks a lot more like Byron. I mean, it's cursed if you think about it, because Byron in Brawl Stars with no facial hair just looks... It would look horrible. But I can kind of see this being how... Maybe we just add a little bit tufts of... No, definitely not. No, that does not work for him at all. Especially not with the hair on top. But the face does kind of make the hair on top look a little bit more... him. I think it was the facial hair that was the biggest radical aspect of the whole thing. So maybe what I'll do... Well, first off, I gotta erase the ends of these because I gotta adjust them to fit the neck. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go for a bit of like an MJF type thing. I'll give him... Maybe I will just give him a collared shirt. I feel like that would be the most Byron thing I could do. A collared shirt with a casual jacket it screams Byron to me. And then we get some kind of like MJF-esque version of Byron. Was this too plain? Yes. Yes, I think it is still too plain. I think there is not enough references to salt on the jacket. So maybe what I'll do is have the design of the sweater be like, how do I make this not look like flames? That's gonna be difficult. What I can try to do, maybe just have more fluid motions at the ends of the jacket. I feel like that might throw it off. I do want more references to salt there, because Byron, if there's one thing I know about Byron, is that he loves, well, he doesn't love salt, no, it kind of just follows him everywhere, because it's me. So, just to give the general layout, my vision so far, YouTube logo, obviously red, lightning bolt, yellow, maybe like a brown background, like behind the staff. Maybe, actually that's a good idea, maybe I'll just have like a back lightning bolt on the other side, just to give some indications. There we go. That kind of touches up the staff. So yeah, lightning bolt either side, wooden staff, YouTube logo on top, salt shaker on the bottom. Shoes, just generally black. Excuse me. Socks, probably white. Pants, I was thinking gray because those are the color of the SJC pants, and Byron does wear those 100% of the time when he's not wearing dress down. The scarf is going to be primarily black with red design on it that I haven't fully disclosed yet. The jacket, I kind of want to make black too, but I think that part I will make... See, if I make it blue, it's going to throw everything off. I think maybe I make it red with... What if I made the jacket white? No, white's not really Byron's color. I could make the jacket... I could make... Fuck. I could make the shirt black with white buttons, and that could be as close to salt as we're probably gonna get. Let's be honest. I mean, I could just wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow is the grad rehearsal, and that'll give me more indication, but frankly, I kind of want to have this done by then so I can show Byron. Assuming he doesn't watch this video before he leaves. So what color do I make the jacket? Unless, do we even really need the jacket? Like, I could take these flaps off of it, and then this still looks like a shirt. And from there, I might do that, actually. I think so. Wait. Unless we make the shirt white in reminiscent to Byron's constant wearing of the wrong shirt during #1 dress. And then from there, we can make the buttons black. That's fine. The collar will still be white. It'll make the scarf stand out more, which I think that's what we'll do. So maybe I'll just keep it as a button shirt, but I'll make it white, because that actually is very true to Byron's character. I think that makes it a little bit more accurate. Oh shit, I messed that up. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that honestly looks better. As for what he's holding on his back, that'll be what it is. I'm thinking just a huge salt shaker carried on his back. Not that it really translates. I don't need to be specific with that because that'll never really be shown. As for what's on the shirt, doesn't matter. I mean, the scarf doesn't matter too much. So I'm just gonna put first off a box design because symmetry. From there, and then just a circle, arrows. Yeah, I think that does its job, because with these skins, I don't usually make them overly detailed, just because I don't need them to be that way. And yeah, I think that kind of covers it. Maybe I'll add like a little bit of hair. Or does that look like sideburns? No, I think that, no, I don't approve. I think this works. And now we'll go on to the coloring phase and whatnot. And from that, you'll now see a time lapse of just me drawing, and then I'll explain at the end. Well, there you have it, guys. I mean, I'm recording this on a different day than the previous part of it because it went too late and stuff happened. I'm graduating today. That's another part of it. But yes, no, we have Byron. Honestly, a bit of a crazier skin. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look too much like Byron from the games, but I feel like if it was made in a 3D model, like if it was actually in Brawl Stars, it would look better. It'd look more similar. I think it was already kind of doomed to look a little different just because obviously the youth and skin color to point the elephant out in the room versus the middle-aged white guy with a lot of facial hair. I think that spoke for itself. But nevertheless, I really like the skin. I would personally buy the skin in Brawl Stars, and I don't even, and not just because I made the skin, but yeah, no, I feel it does its job. In the comments down below, let me know if you play Brawl Stars. Let me know if you would buy this skin, if you would, what you think would improve it. No harsh comments, please. Again, you guys don't really know who Byron is, so you can't really judge that aspect of it. But still, let me know in the comments if you would buy this skin. What price you think the skin would be if it was in Brawl Stars too. But yeah, no, we got the collared white shirt that Byron always chose over his SJC one for #1 dress. We got the scarf that kind of, in my opinion, brings it all together. We got the salt shaker in the back. We got the gray pants that resemble the ones from SJC. We got the lightning bolts on the staff representing the Flash. We got the YouTube logo. We got the salt shaker. The messy hair. I genuinely think this is the best we were gonna get between both worlds. As weird as it is to think that this is Byron, like video game Byron. I don't know. I think it does its job. I think it's pretty cool. But you know, trying to take bias out of it, it's up to you guys. Court of public opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All the music used in the backgrounds of this video were linked in the description below. Byron, super cool guy. Nothing but love for him. Yeah, this is it. This is the culmination of all the hard work that you saw. Hopefully you got a bit of a glimpse into how I work around making skins in Brawl Stars. Thank you, and have a good night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Ezra, so like, subscribe for more. This is more gamer and vlogs. Whatever else comes, I will see you all very, very soon. Later, guys.